Talofa lava, kia ora, hello, welcome wherever you are. Oceania Rugby League coming to you from Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland, New Zealand. We're looking forward to Samoa and the Kiwi Ferns in their first international appearance for 2019. Former Kiwi captain Richie Barnett is in co-commentary.
Yeah, Ken, more fixtures for the ladies, pathways are presented, more exposure. The game is in good form. There is growth in women's sport, and it starts here today at Mount Smart Stadium.
There has been much anticipation in this sideline for this former Kiwi, Lewis Brown.
Boys, how are we? Good to be down here at Mount Smart Stadium. A cool 11 degrees down here, a dry track, and looking forward to some Women's International Rugby League here with Samoa and the New Zealand Kiwi Ferns.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Samoa, taking the field today with the under-10 players from Point Chevalier. Let's hear it for the Kiwi Ferns, taking the field today.
The Kiwi Ferns come out onto Mount Smart Stadium, led by their captain, Hani Hedeme. They haven't played Samoa since 2008. And they are a mix of experience and new players under a new coach. And the celebration of rugby league, the celebration of Oceania, and of the culture associated with rugby league is on show today. There are Samoans and Tongans and Kiwi supporters coming in to the ground. We are standing by for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding for the singing of the Samoan and the New Zealand national anthems? To sing both anthems this afternoon, Resonate.
Samoa tulai masisi ia laufua lopalele. Samoa tulai masisi ia laufua lopalele.
And some showing of emotion and great pride from the players of Samoa and of New Zealand. We're very pleased to welcome in the commentary with us for this all-important international Lavinia. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I feel very privileged to be here, just like anybody else, for this all-Pacific doubleheader, and just sensing the emotion from the girls in the anthem. You have a feeling that this game will be full of emotion, and we look forward to all the action out there from both sides.
Culture and language and competition are all important parts of societies and sport, and especially in the Pacific.
Kickoff. Stop your sides. Stop your sides. Get up for kickoff, please. Swap sides. Swap sides.
So Richie Barnett, the equation is a simple one: control the middle, get field position, and get to your kick.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I guess the combinations, and particularly Samoa, haven't played together since 2011, and probably only one of those players have come through. So it's about reaching those combinations, and I guess it's the spine dictating terms, having composure under pressure, and all those things we love in sport, and I'm sure it's going to be evident here.
Lewis, if you win the middle, sets the foundation to win the game.
Yeah, it allows the outside backs to be able to come into the game, especially with both halves of both sides for both countries. There's some real talent within these half combination.
That's Mosse. And it will be the Kiwi Ferns with first use of the ball. And Noah Sala introduces herself to the Samoan defence.
Listen now. Holding here. Hold. Go.
Former Lua Faleolo in defence. Nice physical start. The defence from Samoa and a direct approach to go forward from the Kiwi Ferns. Now a little inside ball. Fotu Moala. Crystal Rota takes a few metres from dummy half, and then the late inside pass. Paris Hall.
Hold. Go. 4.
Second man play, then an inside ball. Nice and direct. And then a penalty on the 4th.
Flopped in. You flopped in.
I like the variation there from Crystal Rota. Nice couple of hit-ups right into the defensive line. And there was a big shake-up in the middle there, and then they moved the ball, changed the angles, started to get a bit of freedom.
Hold.
And we're in for a real game here.
Cross.
So Honey Hideme with the tap. So the captain will play the ball about 15 metres out, Crystal Rota. 2 dummies on the inside, and then a late ball from McGregor. And now they hit the right edge. The Kiwi Ferns, that's a great finish. Taikarangi off a set play. Great job, Kiwi Ferns.
Outstanding work from the Kiwi Ferns. Racy McGregor. We spoke about a pre-game, but that was a lovely pass just to get it out to the speed out wide. Hideme and Taikarangi, the speedsters on the edge who can create and deliver that extra pass. Beautiful work there from the Kiwi Ferns. And you see here the combinations working nicely. Just the speed game of Taikarangi. Her first test match, and she scores a try for the Kiwi Ferns.
Welcome to rugby league, Taikarangi. Just like her brother Brad, she's managed to debut this evening, and she showed sheer pace and had to push her way through 2 defenders. A great start for the Kiwis. Exactly what Justin Morgan said before the game. We need to get on the front foot early, and they've responded.
Lewis, they look sharp on the edges, the Kiwi.
Yeah, Rota, she's really getting a dummy half there, turning people under. And the good thing about that was all the balls were out in front, and great start to international rugby league clear for Taikarangi.
Shante Boko. Oof, not a bad effort though. Taikarangi, lovely one-on-one with her opponent. Have a look at her little left foot in and away, too quick. Great finish. A la Richie Barnett in his prime.
Isn't it lovely to see that in a way? Hardly used. There's limited space now, but isn't it nice to see that in and away using your pace?
Time it. Thank you.
Mossy. Short on the kick, and McGregor will play
Tins on me, hold.
the ball just short of the 40.
Okay, now give her room. Hold. Go.
Nice from Bartlett.
2. Seven off the
Georgia
ball
Hale.
now. Holding here, give her room. Hold. Go. 3.
Oh, nice. Little short ball for Fotu Moala. Deliberately taking the defence on. Now they're inside. Get to Samoa half. Nice contact. Yes. I like that. Paris Hall. Nice and physical. Good first contact. And now McGregor with a kick over the left top. There's chaser coming in the form of Bartlett. Some uncompromising hitting in defence.
Beautiful defence through the middle for Samoa. And again, they just need to get themselves back into this game. Most of the possession and time with the ball has been with the Ferns. Now it is time for the Samoans to come back with some attacking players and build some pressure, get the ball in hand. Beautiful kick though, lovely chase, and a wonderful tackle. Mossy.
Give her room. Hold. Hold, Twiller. Go.
And now Samoa work the ball out of their own quarter. They're going to try their hands through the middle. Le Manu.
Hold. Hold. Go. 2.
Lua Faleolo, the dummy half, and they go a little bit wider, but the Kiwi defence is good. Rota.
Well, listen now. Give her room. Go. 3.
Just see Fuibaino looking the outside, turning the ball on the inside, trying to put some variation there. I like that style. They need to get to a kick. Look at this play here. Inside, outside. And the number 18 there in place, Puko. Just pushing up in numbers. It's a good opportunity for Samoa to come back. A bit of an attacking array and get to a kick and really start to play the position and territory game.
Samoa with an error on the first tackle. Honey Hidemir tries to hold off the tackle of Lua Faleolo with a fend.
Go. 0.
Now Rota, short ball
Okay, up now.
for Nichols.
Come in, hold 10. Hold. Don't hold her. Go. 1.
19 metres out in front of the post. Rota at the line. Rota picks up 11 metres. That's a good run from the hooker.
Hold. Hold.
Now they're 9 metres out. Georgia Hale are coming the right side. They've got numbers, Fotu, Moala, Rota. Poko off a short ball. Poko to Rota on her back. Held up. Good defence from Samoa.
That's a real confidence booster for Samoa.
With a marker if you want one.
Holding Puko up so close to the line, that's a powerful charge
18.
through, but the defender's right underneath. Desperation from Samoa.
Wait for it. With your foot.
I like the way that the Kiwi Ferns are playing, particularly with Rota, and then in the back end of it, Georgia Hale will get involved and create some tempo change in direction.
Paris Hall, 7 metres out immediately in front of the post. Rota, second man played, and a little short kick, but it didn't get the distance they wanted. It ended up being a turnover for Samoa. They worked the ball out from their own 10-metre area.
Hold. 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 Go. 1.
Oh, good defence. Good defence. McGregor,
Hold.
Wharton.
Go. 2.
Oh, nice. Paris Hall. Yes.
Well done, Livin.
There is another jukebox on the field.
Ooh. This is why we love this game. Yes, ball and all. Nice contact, good shot. But then it was Wharton, the number 11, coming in. She was penalised for coming in late, but this is good contact.
Look to me here.
Great contact, and Futamoala, that's her specialty, the big hits. But what a fantastic hit. And one thing they've got to recognise, Fitu Samoa, is they've got to play with a bit of variation, changing angles. They can't play straight into the defence of the Kiwis, because that's what you'll get.
So some decoy runners, Samoa, as they challenge the right edge defence of the Kiwi Ferns. They're inside the Ferns half now. Lua Faleolo, the dummy half, and another good shot this time, Georgia Hale.
Go. 3.
Short. Nice and direct from Samoa, trying to get some ascendancy in the middle.
Go. 4.
Lua Faleolo now. A loose ball, Honey Hidemir onto it, so they don't get to their kick. Samoa. This is Bartlett, who's been good so far. Taking on Fuimaono in the defence line.
Hold.
Nichols.
Hold. Go. 1.
Pistol. Rota
Move now.
wasn't expecting the ball,
Give us
but she
space.
still
Holding here.
picked up 10 metres.
Go. 2. Not there, 9.
So another look down the left side. Honey Hidemir with a right foot step and a lovely offload. She got in the middle. Nichols.
Keep coming.
13 metres out, the Kiwi Ferns. Now McGregor at the line with a right foot and a left foot. It's going to be tackled 2 metres out.
Go, 4.
Now Ferns, Fotu, Moala. This time opts the pass. Taikarangi with a right foot step. She gets a double. We saw an in and away off the left foot. This time a right foot step. She's got all the skills, Taikarangi.
Really enjoy the style of play from the Kiwi Ferns. They're playing to their strengths. Racing McGregor shooting a ball left to Hirami and using her pace and decision making on the left, turning the ball into Api Nichols, who uses the speed, and then straight away to shift the ball on a great movement out wide to the centre, who saw joy early on with the first try, and again using her pace foot to Moala, a lovely pass. Great direction, great width to play, great try there from the Kiwi Ferns.
Quality game, Lewis.
Yeah, great work there from the captain there, Honey Hiraba. He's done that left-hand side, and then once again the two-pass shift out to Futu Moala, and then a great step there from Takorangi. Double on debut, not bad, boys.
Poko on debut just missed the last kick, didn't have enough power behind it. Don't think she'll miss this one. She has to give it a good old boost.
Just to the right. Well, it's a great skill if you can finish.
Certainly is. And Samoa with only one completed set. 12 minutes into the game will certainly not be good enough to compete against the Kiwi Ferns. They need to turn this around.
You get a feeling maybe Samoa might run out of gas if they're going to have to keep tackling like they're tackling, Richie, hey?
I totally agree. And they just need to consolidate. I think they certainly need to get their kick. We spoke about it earlier. But they can do it. They're regrouping now, a refocus.
Taikarangi. First try off in and away off the left foot. Second try off a right foot step. 2 touches on the edge with a chance to finish, and she did it comfortably. They have got a fair centre edge combination with Hirame and Taikarangi.
It's a blessing, isn't it, to have space like that, to just ball movement. We don't have to create with so many lead and sweeping runners. Just get the ball out wide. And absolutely superb football.
Poko with the first carry will play the ball on the 40-metre line. Rota, Fotu Moala this time tips it on, and the defence. Nice. The offload. Now they go to the left edge. Honey Hirame with an in and away and a left-hand fin. Down the left side and in and away. What a player! Honey Hirame, she's a world-class athlete. That's why she has the reputation and standing that she's got. She had no right to score that, no room, no space, no time, and she made it look easy. Honey Hirame.
What an experienced campaigner, 17 years in this black and white jersey. And it just shows you again, playing to their strengths, what a charge through the middle. And again, look to out wide, there's the space, in and away, again Hirame. Beautiful, and a fend to the right arm, in and away again. Extraordinary footballer.
The thing, her timing is absolutely impeccable. She received the ball early and still had a lot of work to do, but it didn't faze her at all. She really leads by example, not just today, but over the past 17 years, as you said, Richard, because that's when she debuted. And I mean, she's as fast as she has ever been, and she's gearing up for the next World Cup in 2021.
Lewis Brown, you can't coach class.
No, you can't coach class, boys. And both centres have a great start to the game, but I'm really liking the middle of the New Zealand team. They're understanding where the strike weapons are. Georgia Hale there, getting an offload, then realising where the strike weapon is in Honey Hirame, and she just does the rest. The in and away, the fend, the beat. Both centres are playing a great game.
Thank you.
Poko.
I think it was quite a good move from Justin Morgan to switch Georgia Hale to the 13 position. I think that's worked extremely well. And again, just have a look at this. The lovely in and away, a centre's dream. In and away, and then she goes in, holds the wing, fullback up, and an away again.
Affectionately known in New Zealand as Honey Bill Williams. Honey, given her class, her status, her pace, her strength, and her agility. And a wonderful player, nearly 2 decades at the elite level. And she was still doing the damage. Samoa goes short, Takarangi. Good defence. They need a bit more of this Samoa. Give them a confidence boost. Maru driven back, nice working. And Walton. Rota. Nice and direct. The Kiwis through the middle. Paris Hall. Rota. Short ball for Hale. Spins out of the first tackle. We'll play it on halfway on the 4th. Now they might go to Honey's edge again. Why wouldn't they? Nichols. Cut out ball for Bartlett. On the inside, Bartlett. Rota. 22 made if they want. We'll try for a repeat set, they could. Otherwise, they might back themselves. The kick on the right side, but in front. Nichols.
That was very Blake Greenish, wasn't it? Apparently the Warriors half has been working very closely over the past week with the Kiwi Ferns and focusing heavily on a kicking game. Hence why Poko has decided to start today. So Justin Morgan has backed her kicking asset.
The repertoire of skills here for the Ferns. But I love the fact that Api Nichols, and she's such a shining light, but getting involved in the game.
Oh, Samoa. Looked like a knock on there from Viniaso Levy, which wasn't picked up. Oh, they start. It's Luafaliolo at dummy half for Samoa. Again, they challenge down the middle. 3 defenders. He was very big on fitness and athleticism. Justin Morgan, the coach.
I spoke to him through the week and said to him, how are you going to beat Samoa? What's your plan of attack? And he said, Lavina, defence, defence, defence. And seriously, this afternoon, the Kiwi Ferns have been impeccable in defence. It's so difficult for Fetu Samoa to break that line.
Emma Marie Young. Waving off the medical support, wants to carry on. Good to see. Carried down the middle and the offload. Luafaliolo, but it's untidy. Ngango. Good work in defence from Wharton and McGregor. Freemaono. Nichols. She's been good from the back today. Nichols. Can be tackled inside the 40. Oh, mousetrap. There's no new moves, Richie Barnett.
Oh, just the Morgan.
There's no new moves. Only old ones we keep doing. Fotu, Moala, dummy half. Paris Hall carries again, offloads. Do they good? It's a big threat, this left edge to the mirror. This time a draw and pass. Bartlett thinking about an inside ball. It's going to get it for Wharton. Again, the edge of the Kiwis, left and right. A big threat this time. Wharton, who will get the 4th try for the Kiwis.
Certainly been a strength over the years, that left edge. And what a performance. Wharton coming up with a fantastic try. But it was the little interchange of passing here. Georgia Hale involved again, just an extra pass. And again, Irimi just a nice little pass out wide, and Bartlett just using her pace, draw and pass. Wharton follows up through the middle in support.
Madison Bartlett too quick out wide, a former international touch player. As soon as she received the ball, she knew exactly where it went to go. There's no excuse for pace in rugby league, and when you have it, you've got to show it off. That's what the Kiwi Ferns are doing this afternoon. Fantastic support play from the Ferns, which is a sign that the culture within this team is very, very good indeed.
It's Papakura Jr. And of course all these players, Lewis Brown, come out of our junior system at some point.
Yeah, the junior system of rugby league, especially in women's rugby league at the moment, is great. You know, especially with the New Zealand Warriors having a team in that WNRL, and we saw some of the brilliance there of Bartlett, who's on debut today. And once again, like Rich said, the interchange of passes through the middle. Whetatu Samoa would probably like to wrap up that ball a bit more and get the Kiwis with that offload.
Well, this is edge play at its best. There's the offload. Unselfish passing, and look at this from Hani Hidemi. The drawn pass took in 2 defenders, and then the lovely inside ball, and the edge back row are staying alive. No defender in front. Good footy, and they lead 20 points to 0 after 20 minutes.
Stand behind it, Gills. Time, you're on. Time it here.
There's one area of the game they can improve here, besides defence, is that kick's just got to find more yards. The Kiwi Ferns are just operating really with 50 metres to play with before they reach the wonderful attacking zone.
Go. 1. 11, we need a step 11.
They could do with the ball as well. As soon as they get the ball, I'm sure something will happen for Whetatu Samoa.
Well, they've got basically no ball,
Wait.
no field position,
Push on, Marcus.
not much in the way of completed sets.
Hold.
No
Go.
chance to
2.
dominate either of those key stats, and they're down by 20.
Okay, now
They
turn off the
haven't
ball.
stopped trying through that middle. They still come up with the big bopping tackles. They're just a little bit short on the edges.
Water. It's a nice aggressive hit from Ale.
Go 4.
Georgia Hale. And a tip on the edge, and Wharton with the offload. Nichols goes in and then out. Now Hidemi. She's got an unmarked player on the outside. Thought about an offload back on the inside.
Score's here. Good, go.
Now the Kiwi Ferns in very good field position. Georgia Hale tips it on for Norsala.
K12.
Oh, happy to turn the ball over inside Samoa's 10 metre.
Yes, under the pump again, Samoa. But very impressed with Kathleen Walton on the left edge. The left back rower, carving up on the left, and a nice little offload through post line. It's lovely work. And there is always someone there. Nichols again present, pushing up just in case. A welcome penalty for Samoa.
Samoa really need to get down the other end of the pitch. They can't do anything in attack unless they're starting to attack within their own half. It's so difficult to defend the whole match. And then the kick doesn't go up. It's out.
Scrum here, ladies.
We've had 22 minutes, only 4 penalties in the game. Samoa have had to dig deep, defence-wise. Fui Maono, a halfback, number 7.
Okay, lock in, ladies. Thank you. Let's go for Samoa. 2 hands on it. And
Malaki. So they go to their right edge, and a nice physical
hold.
exchange. Hidemi
Go. 1.
completes the tackle on Lemanu. Makes the next one
Hold.
on
Go.
Tongatuki.
2.
Georgia Hale and Wharton.
Give her room. Hold. Go. 3.
Now they try down the middle. Norsala.
Straight up.
Georgia Hale, phenomenal work rate. Georgia Hale.
Thank you. 4.
So this is better from Samoa.
Okay, last one.
Nice and consistent through the middle. Last tackle, they need a good kick.
Go.
Then maybe a repeat set if they can. They go long. They need to try to get to their kick. Morlea Fraser is going to be held. Can't get the ball away. Well, they didn't get to their kick, but it was a better effort.
Yeah, I like the fact that from Fui Moano, she was obviously looking for players running onto the ball. There was an opportunity on that left edge that could have presented an opportunity, but they were opting to obviously assume that the kick was just going to go through.
Tuila Fotu Moala from the Brisbane Broncos. She was the MVP at the Rugby League Women's World Cup in 2017. She is some player and already been dominant. A couple of big plays today. Nice short ball. Wharton running outside in. In fact, that's Tamarua.
Go. 4.
Georgia Hale shaped right but went left. Nichols. Oh, that's off a Samoa hand. It's another set for the Kiwi Ferns.
Penalty. In front. 10 metre. Yeah, thanks, mate. 10 metres.
Oh, it's tough.
Sorry?
Yeah, they were a little bit exposed on that right edge for Samoa. There was
So what do you
a
got?
couple of opportunities. We'll just listen to the linesman.
Okay, so penalty Samoa. Got him. She's been in front, she's not passive. Penalty's going to Samoa. 10 metres.
They just need to shore up that right edge. They've been exposed, and it looked like the Kiwi Ferns could have exposed them a little
Go
bit
kick it
more
out
on
or
that first and
kick.
second tackle. They managed to get away with it with a penalty.
Ready, Maxie?
So that penalty was for not being passive. I would have conceded a lot of penalties.
Come here, ladies. Hold!
I'd really like to see Talia Formono get more involved in this
Wait for
game.
the tap.
She needs to be the orchestrator, and with the ball in hand, she can make such a difference. She seems a little pedestrian at the moment. You can't play anonymous in this game. You have to have a real go. I'd love to see her get more involved. Samoa would benefit.
Go, 1.
Tamarua and Rota in defence. Smalley, Georgia Hale.
Lock in. Hold here, Twiller. Hold! Go, 2.
Samoa need to make
Now run!
some gains
Give us space.
in the middle. Lewis Brown alluded to before they go to the edge. Oh, they're going to get another set. So we'll come back to the first. Samoa showed some good signs the last couple of sets, Lewis.
Yeah, anytime that Samoa's going through the middle with a bit of push, running in pairs, looking for that little short ball, the little plays around the middle, they looked far more dangerous. The first couple of sets of this match, they were going 2-1 out, and the Kiwis were eating them up. Justin Morgan spoke about defence early on, and the Kiwis are certainly showing that their intentions to get that third person in to chop the legs and slow that play the ball down. So that's where Samoa would like to see a bit more push and a few more short passes around the middle.
Lucky with 2 runners at the line. Dummied on the inside, gave it to the outside, and now they come back down the left side. Now Seve, Lua Faleolo at dummy half. A late inside ball for Ngango. So 11 metres out. This is the best field position Samoa has had in 27 minutes. Now a second man at the line. Fuimaono gives it late. Now they're inside the 10. They're 5 metres out. Lua Faleolo. They're going to come the left side. Fuimaono shows at the line, and now Taikarangi in defence, and Crystal Rota finish it off. Lua Faleolo. Now Malaki. So we're back to the 20 on a restart.
10 metres. Can't tackle off the ball. What are we doing? Yep. Hang on.
And Georgia Hale. She's been terrific, Hale. Both sides of the ball. He's been active.
She's been outstanding. She's been the interlinking with the backs. But I just think the 6 and 7 for Samoa, Valaki and Fuimuono, just need to find a little bit of composure in their decision-making at the moment. It's probably not on key yet.
Georgia Hale through the middle. Will play the ball on the 30. Rota out from dummy half. She'll play the ball on the 20. 4th tackle, 2 to go. Smalley. And McGregor, show and go. They stayed off her. And in the end, she canters around under the post.
Yeah, she's some player, isn't she? Coming onto the ball hard, making the Samoan making decisions. You saw them backpedaling there for an instant, Samoa. And in this game, you just get torn up. And as you mentioned before, Hale has just been outstanding.
Can you give a try assist to Hale there?
She's got it. She's got it.
She gets my try assist.
Look at this, in and away. Look at them sliding and going backwards. You got man on man, you come up, you jam. Too much space.
Ball in 2 hands at the line. Put the defence in 2 minds. And after 29 minutes of tough footy, a bit of fatigue starting to show in Samoa.
New Samoan coach Glenn Brayley would demand his players at halftime start making more tackles, and I know they're tired and exhausted, but you just can't afford to fall off a player 25 out that's coming at the line. You have to make those tackles, otherwise it's going to be a very long evening for Fetu Samoa.
It is Racine McGregor, whose name will be in the newspaper tomorrow. But you could just as easily rub it out and write it down the name of Georgia Hale. She was the one who did the damage down the middle. Terrific player. And the class of McGregor. Lewis Hall coming from a solid start in the middle.
Yeah, Georgia Hale's been the one that's causing the most problems. You know, her ability to be able to play in the middle. We've seen her in the number 6 and the number 7 jersey for the Kiwi Ferns before. But the ability just with the footwork at the line and letting Crystal Rota get out and, you know, beat those first markers to get the Kiwis on the roll. But McGregor, great vision there, ball out in 2 hands and a way to finish.
Looking at marker. Holding here, 30. Hold! Go.
Georgia Hale again, the second.
Holding on me.
Second carry in the set, looking for work, and now Maynard is out there.
Hang on.
Untidy offload, but
Let it go, 12. Holding here, ladies.
lost the ball, getting up to play it. Maynard just out on to the park.
A bit of spark there from Nita Maynard, Rooster and Cronulla player. You can tell just the impact she has with that acceleration through the middle there. Bit of a mistake with the play the ball, which will be welcomed by Fetu Samoa. And I guess with Samoa at the moment, when they do get possession, it's how they finish it off. The 5th kick option's got to be spot on. If they can just build that pressure, it's going to really welcome them back into this game, and they'll find the confidence. There's plenty of attack on the side. And again,
Lost the ball in there.
it's just not working for Fetu Samoa.
Pauli not able
Trying to get the message over.
to play the ball correctly. So it'll be another turnover and opportunity for the Kiwi Ferns, who have been outstanding through this first half hour.
The expectation was there from Justin Morgan that they would train hard, they'd be professional, they would take their standard to the next level, and over the last couple of months that's exactly what they've done. It's evident in their performance today. I think for Samoa, Glenn Brayley has only been in charge for a few weeks, and it's been so difficult for the side to try and develop his progressive style of rugby league when you've got an opposition like the Kiwi Ferns running through the holes. They're so hard to stop.
Certainly a building phase, isn't it? And I think this is the start of something special, I think, for international football, particularly for the women's. They've got fixtures in place now. There's somewhere to grow.
So Wharton will play the ball. 13 metres out. Maynard dummied on the inside and then gave it short for Tamarua. She's going to be tackled 6 metres out.
Okay, let her up now, 10. Give her a 9.
Good field position.
On the line.
So Maynard. 2 runners and Fotu Moala coming hard onto a short ball. That's a tough line for any second rower to run. And if that tackle's not made, she's in, Fotu Moala. And now another long ball over the top, and it can't be taken by Motu. Well, the idea was right.
Brilliant vision, really. Execution, just a little short, but the right idea, Puku. What a lovely pass. Just millimetres off. And guess what? Mariu on the right edge there. Hasn't seen much ball because you got someone inside her called Taikarangu who's just scoring all the tries with all the space.
It's a fair ball, isn't it? Left to right. That's about time. And the Kiwis, some of the greatest players, will be on display in the second game to follow this. And the crowd, excitement and the anticipation of Samoa. Pauli.
Get together. Hold here. Hold. Go. One.
As they have this entire half, work the ball out from their own quarter. Poko, Fotu Moala in defence.
Go. 2.
Walton.
10's on me. Hold.
Turned on her back by Maynard and Georgia Hale. Good defence. Fotu Moala and Poko.
Give us space. Hold.
She can put a shot on it. Fotu Moala.
Lua Falimaolo's got some great skill. Her delivery from dummy half is exceptional. That was a lovely run, just to spur on the attack.
Api Nichols on with a kick return. Nice and elusive. So she'll play the ball on a left edge for the Kiwis to start this set. Bartlett. Working defence from Lemanu and Walton. And Maynard. Waiting on Anderson. Pittman. Georgia Hale this time tips the ball on. And Maynard. Nice from McGregor. Second man play out there for Nichols. Hidemi with a decision to make. Can't get the ball away. Good work in defence from Lemanu. Will play the ball on the 20. McGregor. Kicks, that is for Taikarangi. Is coming through on the chase. Vinyaso Levy for Samoa. Gets back in the field of play. Great job. Vinyaso Levy on the first tackle. Samoa, second tackle. Gets themselves. This is better from Samoa. Good start to the set. Fotu Moala stands their ground. Samoa. Another inside ball. This has been a good set for them. They started just in front of their own goal line. Walton. He's going to play the ball. They picked up 45 metres on this through 5 rucks. If they can get a few more on Malaki with the kick. Nichols. Been good today, Nichols.
Samoa must be disappointed with the attacking flair on their kick. The kicks have been average and the chase has been even less. That's something they'll have to rectify at half-time.
Agree, Malaki not finding space. That was probably the best constructed set we've seen, with a fantastic run for Vinyaso Levy. That was a fantastic charge from way back in your own half to find the grit and determination to get them on the front foot. Brilliant work.
Vinyaso Levy, she started it with a good run and she's direct. Takes on Moru and Taikarangi.
Play the ball. Ball early.
And a penalty.
Mark's out here. Mark's out. Look to me and hold. Hold! Go. 20 now!
That's
Hold!
play
Hold!
the ball on the third.
Go.
Lua Faleolo at the line as Fuima Ono gave it late.
Come on now! Lock in! Hold it across the... Hold! Go.
Good carry from Walton.
2. 20 straight out!
His third tackle, 13 metres out. Lua Faleolo gives the ball late. Ale spins away. Can you get it down? Yes! It has been a long time coming for Fitu Samoa. We had to wait till the 39th minute. They constructed their best set. In the last set, won a penalty. And they thoroughly deserved their first try. Billy Jane Ale.
The only survivor from 2011 game and up here against Australia. She runs a perfect line in and away. Sheer strength through the middle, 3 or 4 defenders. That's a determined effort, and that's the way to get back into the game.
In, out. Took on Poko, took on Taikarangi. But he can't coach determination, Lewis Brown.
You can't, boys, but put that down to Moana Levy. And the ball was in the end goal. She found her way out. And the Kiwis missed touch. And she come back with that determined run. Got themselves a penalty. And then Billie Jean Ale on that left-hand side for Samoa. Too big, too strong.
It has been all the Kiwi Ferns in the first half. 5 tries to 1, but it's Samoa who have the final say. With the Kiwi Ferns ahead 26-4 at halftime. Welcome back to Mount Smart Stadium. We're getting ready for the second half. The Fitu Samoa and the Kiwi Ferns in the first of our Oceania Cup matches for 2019. Of course, this match being played ahead of Matamata Tonga and the Kiwis to follow this. 26 points to 4, 5 tries to 1. The Kiwis were dominant in the first half.
The score might not show it, but I think the Samoan side can take a tremendous amount of confidence at the last 8 minutes before half-time. On the back of a couple of sets, they did prove that once the ball's in hand and they don't drop it and they don't make mistakes, they can penetrate that Kiwi Ferns line. But for the first 25 minutes, Richie, it was such an impressive performance from this local side who are on show for the first time here at Mount Smart Stadium in a long time.
Certainly the combination's working well. And they executed extremely well, but playing to their strengths too. So your key players, Krista Rhoda, Georgia Hale coming into the fray, using Hidden Me on the edge. They're just bringing it all together. Second half is an interesting indicator. I'm sure Samoa will have to kick distance with the kickoffs. We've seen that. They're short of about 20 metres. But they certainly, if they bring the belief that they can do it, I'm sure this is going to be an interesting second half.
Lewis Samoa will take a lot of confidence out of their end to the first half and this start to the second.
Yeah, a great finish to the first half there from Samoa. As we see, the Kiwis kick out in the falls, not the great way to start the second half. But New Zealand, I think Samoa's really got to try and nullify New Zealand's offloads. They're getting far too much second phase through that middle and allowing the outside backs of New Zealand to really free up.
The try scorer,
Holding on the line. Go. One.
Billie Jean Alia with the first carry and the late inside ball.
Okay, together. Give every lady.
Reisa will play the ball on the 30-metre line. Samoa with 2 runners now. Walton.
Off the ball. Lock it in.
Maynard finishing the tackle off over the top. Smalley as well. Runner coming under. Good work in defence. Wharton
It's not better on in there.
forcing an error. Good start.
Yeah, Malaki, you can just see she's trying to run across, squaring up and try to provide space for the edges. It's not quite working. They're getting up on her. She's second guessing. She's doing too much in her head. You can see that. Just pass the ball and maybe support up. She's trying to do everything. She looks like a gifted player. She's got plenty of speed. We see that. But it seems like there's too much going on upstairs.
Good. All right, we're here, ladies. Second row's arms over. Just pushing here, please.
Morset,
Okay, two
a
hands.
full back.
And
And at the back of the scrum, McGregor. Honey Hidemir.
okay, stand up, 16.
This time is tackled on the advantage line.
Go. One.
Leo Sevic coming in for a second dig. Leo Sevic.
Release her. Hold. Go.
Maynard
It's all right.
takes a few metres herself. Maynard gets in behind the Samoan big players.
Girls, hold.
Good metres from Maynard. And now 2 runners. A nice show of skill, but then the ball was thrown loose and Taikarangi.
Hold.
The ball's touched by a Samoa player.
0.
So we're back to 0. It's a fresh set. Georgia Hale.
Okay, now 12. Holding here, ladies. Hold. Go. 1.
Smalley.
Okay, move now. Holding here. Give us space.
Work in
Go.
defence.
2.
Now Sevic. And McGregor. Show, and then go.
Move.
And a penalty.
Come over the top. Max.
They certainly don't want the extra attention coming into your own half. Samoa. Penalty.
I think you'll see more running from the Kiwi Ferns in the second half. The goal in the first half was to kick and push the big forwards back from Samoa. In the second half, it's to run fast at these big plays and make them turn around.
Hidemir is at the line on the first tackle.
Give us space.
2 metres out. Maynard a dummy half. Looking for runners, gives it short. Now Tamarua
Okay, you're up, girls. Let's complete there.
is short by a metre. Maynard. Oh, they lose the ball, so it's an easy turnover.
Samoa was so condensed in there too. The obvious ball was to go out wide. They're trying to slow the ball up, but they were so condensed. It was a really good opportunity to get their ball out to the speedsters. Look at that. 8 or 9 players in that middle third.
Wasn't expecting
Second row's arms over, nice and tight.
the ball.
Good work.
Samoa will start on their own 10-metre line.
And out. Okay, now Tuila. Holding on the line. Hold.
Tuki.
Tuila, you're too far, Tuila. Thank you. On now.
That's a good carry. Walton. A few more of those will
Give us space.
lay a good platform to do something on the edge.
Go. 2.
Lua Faleolo. Manu on an edge. Georgia Hale's bumped off. You don't see that very often. More Leah Fraser. Now they come back the right side. Maynard was off the line. Quick Fotu.
Georgia straight.
Moala. Smalley.
Here's the line here. Hold. Hold. They locked her in. They've locked her in. Go. 4.
Lua Faleolo.
Okay, last one, leader up, Georgia.
Lua raced up.
Come in the line here.
and through Maono. So now the Kiwis will have to start from their own and goal. Nichols picks up 8 metres.
Holding on me. Good. One.
Now Madison, Bartlett picks up a couple more.
Holding here, Tim.
Samoa need to press.
Time off. We've got blood. That'll be tackle 2.
Just in that set there for Samoa, you can see the claret coming out. That's a big cut. But they've been turned over. The wrestle from the Ferns have been really good. On 2 occasions, this is a great passage of play here. Through Molia Fraser. Look at this charge through here.
Georgia Howe gets knocked over, does a backward somersault. Within 10 seconds is back on the defensive line and involved in the next 2 defensive plays.
That's a 10 out of 10 for that somersault. She's come up with a great tackle too, Uppy Nichols. But it's the way the Kiwis are wrestling in the tackle, slowing they play the ball. I think they're dominating that section of the play very well.
I might have turned out to watch the Melbourne Storm a couple of weeks ago.
Go. 2. That's 2.
And the Kiwi
Now rhythm. Give her room.
Ferns
Hold. Go. 3.
advance out of their own 20-metre.
Move. Hold.
It's another 15-metre carry from Wharton. Maynard, nice cut-out ball for Bartlett. She had to reach down though.
Okay, last one. Get up and square. Lock him.
Not sure I'll be missing out. Only hit him there too many times.
Side.
McGregor.
She's not in there.
And now Mosse.
Georgia off the ball.
Sieni,
Give her room to
Mosse.
hold. Go. 1.
Nice work, nice carry, good defence.
Give her room.
Wharton.
2.
Young is thinking about an offload. Maynard's got her hands on the ball.
Holding into Wheeler.
Good work from Maynard. Lua Faleolo now. Inside ball for
Hold. Go. 4.
Paoli. Now Lua Faleolo.
Last one, Georgia. Give her room.
Samoa in reasonable field position now. Walton at dummy half. Long ball, not taken cleanly by Molia Fraser. Referee said not out, so it's play on. Maynard bumped off initially. Another offload. Samoa a chance. Down the left side, Phineas Levy. What a shot, what a try, what a finish. What about that? It looked like she was done for all money. Tough, determined, and gets it done. Phineas Levy.
I still cannot believe the tackle. That was a brilliant tackle. Uppy Nichols coming across, putting her body on the line. But it's extraordinary attack there from Samoa. The offloads, the power game. Look at this offload. Clearly she looked out. But extraordinary effort to stay up off the ground and throw that ball in and then work their way back into play. Look at this work here. The passing, big charge through the middle again, fighting the tackle, desperate to get the ball away. A lovely pass over the top. And again, well, Phineas Levy. What's the tackle across field from the fullback? This desperate tackle. Oh!
And the emotion of it all. At the end, she looked like she was well and truly done by Nichols. But just too strong, too determined, and she got it done, Lewis Brown.
What a period of play there, boys. Just the skill, the aggression, the determination to finish that off from both the Kiwi Ferns and Betu Samoa. As we said, Leve, she's been a big part of this Samoan team getting back into the game, the young winger. And, New Zealand, Samoa have really got a bit of momentum here. New Zealand are going to have to get a deep kick and try and stop this onslaught from Samoa.
There was a fair offload in there from Billie Jean earlier as well. That was her offload that took out 3 defenders.
I can hear you, Biggs.
That gave Betu Samoa the numbers on that left edge. This is the finish. And that is some contact from Apui Nichols. Under most circumstances, you'd be sitting in row F after that contact.
She obviously tried to take her out, but hindsight's a great thing in rugby league. Sometimes foresight's better, but looking back, I'm sure she would have preferred to have got under the ball and try and hold her up. But the Ferns not with the best start, not because of the try, but with the kick out on the full and the knock on the line. They need to restructure, gain composure, and start playing rugby league like they did in the first 40.
Tauli looking for the offload on the first tackle.
No, I didn't, sorry.
Inside their own half. McGregor. Wharton. Oh no, that's just good defence. Wharton.
Yeah, you can see the disappointment. Hold that ball. It's everything at the moment.
Thank you.
See what the Kiwi Ferns have got. They've had limited ball in the second half. 60. It's evened up the possession stakes. 53 to the Ferns, 47 for Samoa. So you're starting to level out a bit.
Taikarangi will play it 22 metres out. Maynard has been energetic at dummy half. Boko at the line. Good defence. Now they're 15 out. The Kiwi Ferns. Paris Hall. Maynard. McGregor holds the ball late on ahead of me. Captain gets it done.
Good.
Well, there's a 5-on-3 on that left edge. The left channel for the Kiwi Ferns. Exposed a number of times in the first half. They certainly saw it. Georgia Hale coming in through as a decoy runner, but it was the money ball to Honey Hedemi to get on the outside. There was an out ball, and she ran onto that nicely, perfectly weighted. Beautiful work there.
Beautiful set play from the Kiwi Ferns here. The captain, Honey Hedemi, playing really deep. They're expecting the ball the whole time. She knew she was going to get it. Her teammates knew she'd receive it. Unfortunately, Fetu Samoa had no idea who'd receive that ball for that try. That was impressive rugby league from the Kiwi Ferns.
Honey Hedemi with the St George Illawarra Dragons in the women's NRL competition. She was a Papakura Sea Eagles junior. She's played 19 tests for the Black Ferns, been to 3 World Cups. Remember the New Zealand Sevens program. And a fantastic player in 3 different sports, rugby union, rugby league and sevens. And once again leading her country from the front with her class and away from footage. A fantastic role model in our community as well, Honey Hedemi. Smalley. So the Kiwis back to basics through the middle in the first 2 rucks.
Holding here. Hold! Go.
Paris Hall, Maynard, and then Nichols.
Okay, up now, Tim.
A tough kid, that Nichols. She don't mind taking the ball up around the ruck.
Don't play it on her.
She's really injected herself at the right times. The real tough carries. Her defence, scramble defence has been outstanding. Last year, the last 2 years, she's developed into a quality player.
Maynard, Georgia Hale. Well, her name's not on the score sheet, Georgia Hale, but she's been the best player on the park. both sides of the football, offensively and defensively, has been terrific. And the kick on the last tackle. It's not taken cleanly. Takarangi. No, the ball looked like it went forward.
No advantage. Knock on Samoa. Let's scrum out here.
Such a big difference, isn't it, the kicking game? Just the chase was extraordinary on the right edge. They've got some very quick speedsters on the right edge, and they're up. Looked a bit loose there, trying to take that ball, but that's a lovely weighted kick. Look at the defence coming through, applying the pressure.
It's the reason she's in the game, is for a kicking game. That's what Justin Morgan was hoping to receive from Poko, to make sure that that attacking flair was right on song when it came to the bomb or the grubber or the kicking goal. She's earned her selection here this evening.
Just her touches to her vision in the first half with some lovely passes over the top.
So McGregor, Hannah hit him it. McGregor. Nichols hard at the line, gives the ball late. What a finish from Bartlett. That wasn't an easy finish. No room. She had to pirouette to stay in the field of play.
It's an all-round performance by the Kiwi Ferns. Bartlett for her debut. But look at the effort of Nichols here, running onto the board, onto the ball, putting the defence in two minds, just coming at the line hard. And a lovely pass, left foot step from Bartlett to score that wonderful try.
And she drew the attention of 3 defenders. That's how you score a try. Take on 3 defenders and let your winger do an easy job out wide.
Kiwis have been good down the left edge, Lewis.
Yeah, everyone's doing their job tonight for the Kiwi Ferns. Just the ability of Nichols to start on the other side of the ruck and come around, swing around on the left side late there. Got to get on the outside of her player and put Bartlett away. Try on debut. Kiwis are looking good, boys.
Poko, can she just sneak that ball in? Yes, no.
Got to feel sorry for Lamano here off the ball as well. She just made a remarkable tackle, that one before, a try-saving tackle, and then has to get off the line and play another defensive role, similar to Louisa Gago as well. She's had a very impressive game. I think she's made something like 18 tackles for Samoa and is always the first one in the tackle when she can be. She's a former Kiwi herself, so playing for passion here this evening. It's been a tough road the last 5 minutes for Samoa, but we know from just at the end of the first half, they gain that composure, they can start playing better rugby league.
Samoa go deep on the restart. Nice and aggressive Paris Hall. And Maynard, dummy half. Tamarua. Tackled. Just inside the 40. Maynard. Dummy it on the inside. Gave it on the outside. Honey, Hudamir. She's got that footwork in that fend. Plays the ball on the 30. But come back the right side. Georgia Hale. Nothing doing on the edge, coming back towards the middle. 18 metres out, the Kiwis. Down the left side, Maynard slips the first tackle. What a try from Maynard. Nice and direct, very simple. And then Maynard with the skill and determination at the end of it.
Well, what a play to bring on. Crystal Rota, the experience. Started the game off, and now Maynard come in. Look at the speed and direction she has. Great vision. She senses an opportunity, she takes it with both arms. Look at this, the speed acceleration. Wow.
It's a 17-man game. Her speed, amazing. But the impact she's had since coming on has been amazing for the Kiwis, and that's just what they needed, someone to inject some pace from dummy half. I'm not even sure she knew she'd score the try. She just wanted to make the yards and get through the first player, and all of a sudden, there's the line, pop the pill.
mix of toughness and skill, Lewis.
Yeah, speaking to the Kiwi Ferns coaching staff before the game, I was speaking to Blake Green. He said, watch this number 14, Maynard, come on. She's a little pocket rocket, and she's definitely turned this game for the Kiwis, bringing that impact. As we see, she scored that try, popped out to the left-hand side and let her rugby league instincts take over, and found herself through.
Wonderful scenes here as the crowd starts to build. Tongans and the Kiwis. And this is Maynard from dummy half. Tough, determined and skillful. Very slick out of dummy half. She just needed a quick play the ball, and her skill did the rest.
There's so many threat across the paddock, isn't it? You've got the likes of Rods when she came on. Puka was being fantastic with her ball playing ability. Georgia Hale, wonderful footballers.
Contact here.
Lewis, you got an update on that injured player?
Yeah, we've got an update on number 16, Loretta Save, on the Samoan team. We saw the clout coming out of her head earlier. She's absolutely toughened up, got a few stitches. She's back on the field, so good news for the Samoan team.
Time off.
Cramp.
Staple it up.
You know what that's like, Richie.
Go hard or go shopping. It's a tough game. You'll be right, mate.
Oh, the old salts. Oh, no.
Pickle juice.
Would you?
It's got cramp. She needs some salt.
I don't mind a bit of Bailey's myself.
New thing on the block, guys.
Can we get the ball,
Pickle
please?
juice.
Pickle juice. is
Gherkin
it?
juice.
Gherkin. A little bit of cramp.
It's okay.
Second tackle for Kiwis will play the ball on the halfway. The Maynard. Again, attacking runners underneath Hidemi. Gets away from the first defender. The second. Needs a couple more to come in and finish her off. What a game she's had. The captain, Maynard. Wharton.
Okay, lock on now. Locking the marker. Go.
Maynard down the left edge, held it up, Hidemi.
Control it there, mate.
Tap from Lua Faleola. Again.
Really smart play again. There was an option. I don't think Hidemi
With your foot.
was expecting that ball, but there was certainly an opportunity on that left again. They're so good at going back
Holding on the line here.
to the post and then shooting back to expose that left edge.
Keep an eye on Kathleen Wharton in the second half. She's had a massive impact in the opening 10 minutes. Wasn't quite in the first half, but went about her business and has certainly made her presence felt in the opening 10 minutes of this second half.
Samoa muscling up,
Give us space.
taking on the middle defence of the Kiwis, Maynard.
Go. 3.
Late ball.
Give it room. Holding on here. Hold. Go. 4.
To the tour.
Holding here. Go. Nothing late here, ladies.
Samoa on the last tackle. Nichols comfortably on the full. Good return, will play the ball on the 31-metre line up in Nichols. Maru, it's a good run from dummy half, gets her inside the 40.
Holding here, girls. Go. 2.
And the Smalley coming on.
Bounce the ball. Holding on me. Go. 3. 10's good.
Takarangi.
Okay, now ladies. Give space. Hold. Go. 4.
Maynard gives the ball short. So the Kiwis just going to complete the set. The coach would be pretty happy at 40 points to 8. Anderson Pittman. Finiaso Levy.
Give her room.
Like to see here with more of the football, Finiaso Levy. Samoa. Now Paris Hall over the top. Maynard down below. She's got a terrific work rate, Maynard. Smalley, Wharton in defence. Alaia Ulutoa at dummy half for Samoa. Play the ball from Leao Sevier. Samoa, they challenged that left edge defence of the Kiwi Ferns. Alaia Ulutoa. Not much depth on the kick. Mairu.
Okay, 12 in to go. Give her room. Hold here. Hold. Go.
Takarangi.
Okay, now 12. Give her space. Go. 2. 12's on.
Rota! Nice.
Give her room.
Nice tackle.
Go. 3. She's shortened it. 3.
Nichols.
Move.
Nice and physical.
One here, Gus.
Molia Fraser come up with a shot on Rota. McGregor signalled to runner to come on the inside. And another good tackle this time.
Holding here.
Lua Faleolo. Now Maynard. Poko. Opts to go low. Chase is coming from Nichols. Finiase. Levy gets out of the in goal again.
You can't spin on her.
She got some game, this kid, Finiase Levy. Got some ticker too.
Absolutely. And Api, there's a lovely little kick through with Api Nichols coming across, really applying the pressure. It's nice to see Crystal Rhoda come in and just really lift that tempo again. But this is a wonderful hit. The edge defenders for Samoa has been fantastic. They've come up with some rippers. Lamalu and Molia Fraser on the edge has been superb.
Molia Fraser has done about 3 of those tackles today. That one was just on show. Her defence has been outright exceptional, and her coach will be proud of her performance.
Time on.
So, Manu.
Look for me here. Hold.
They spent 2/3 of the game inside their own half.
Hold.
Samoa
Go.
to a little over 40% of the ball. So they've had no field position, no decent ball, spent the majority of the time on defence.
Hold. Go. 1.
Having said that, we've seen a couple of signs. There's a dummy on the inside and the outside runner is picked up
Together, girls.
by Paris Hall.
This is 2. Hold. Go. 2.
And Samoa.
Okay, up now 15. Hold. Go. 3.
Alaia Ulutoa,
Give her room. Hold.
dummy half, tackled by Paris Hall.
4.
Oh, they suck.
Give space. Go.
Ulutoa.
Small last.
Samoa, it's an untidy finish to the set. Bartlett.
Get out together. Holding on the 15. Hold.
Racine McGregor, what a fantastic tackle coming across, applying the pressure in the inside. She's had a fantastic game. She's organised well. She's kicked well. She's constructed the attack in superb fashion. But she's also a very fine defender, as we saw there.
Okay, let it go, Fang. Lock him. Hold. Go. 3.
Mairu plays the ball. Anderson Pittman gives it late back on the inside.
Hold.
Maynard.
Go 16. That's 4.
Maynard, she's running at lazy defenders. Maynard, she's picked them off down the middle, offloaded the ball to Nichols. Not taken cleanly.
Okay, move.
She is sharp, Maynard.
Hold. Hold. Go. 1.
Samoa.
Now 7. One's here, ladies. Hold. Hold.
Ngango. Lua Faleolo looking for a runner. Good defence. Good shot from Nuasala.
Hold. Go. 3.
Ngango.
Okay, now 7. Look here, ladies. Keep coming. Good work. Hold! Hold! Go, 4.
Just a bit slow there on the play of the ball. You're running with no decoys or support runners. And Kiwi Ferns are able to wrap them up and really slow them down the ground. They're wrestling to them on the backs. It's been a feature of their game.
Take it back. Push on, 7. Hold. Last tackle.
Great pressure. Great pressure. Great pressure. Actually, a good bit of skill from Lau Seve and Fuima Ono.
On here, wait. Get a marker in there if you want one. 9. Look for me, 9. Hold. When you're ready, with your foot. Go. 0.
McGregor at dummy half for Wharton.
Hold here, ladies.
Maynard. Georgia Hale tips it on for Salah. So hard to tackle. Salah got some presence. Maynard gives the ball late, coming down the middle. Smalley. Good strong carries by the 2 front rowers. Maynard now.
Go, 3. Marker's okay.
And now Anderson, Pittman. The ball's lost forward
Okay, stop, Crystal!
by Nichols.
On there.
Pretty ordinary pass.
Hold! Go, 0.
Niaso. Levy.
Hold! Release it! Holding here.
Molia, Fraser.
Hold! Cramp. Time off.
3 tries to 1 in the second half. The crowd building here
This will be 1.
for Matematonga and the Kiwis to follow this. 9.5 minutes to go. The ticket sales have been terrific. A huge crowd outside the stadium. They're still arriving. All of the seated tickets have been sold. And there's been a celebration of big hits and tackles here at Mount Smart today. Young with the tackle, and what about that one from Paris Hall? Plenty more to come. Nuasala got some into the action as well, and then a big bump off on Georgia Hale, then another big shot from Molia Fraser. Oh yeah, I'm very happy I'm retired, Richie Barnett.
It's unbelievable. They always come up with the big hits in this game. The women are fantastic. Samoa should be pretty proud the way they're going. There's a lot ahead of them, but this is a great way to start, build the foundations.
Thank you.
Samoa with the ball back on the inside for Pauli, who loses the ball.
Maynard getting underneath here. Great technique. Yes, disappointment. Frustration. Start to find some rhythm, and they have in patches, Samoa.
Kiwis from inside their own half. Nichols has been determined all day. She can run a tough line, Lewis Brown.
Nichols has been on fire today. For the middle of Maynard. Hale's got a little bit of Cameron Murray about a New South Wales lock. That ability to be able to get in between players, offload, find her front, get that quick play the ball to free up Maynard. We've seen some great standard of rugby league on display here for the international women's game.
Experience is showing, isn't it? The Kiwi Ferns.
There's 2 in there. There's 2 in there. What are you doing? Mark's there.
Maynard. McGregor at the line for Nuasala. They're 2.5 metres out. Maynard. McGregor with a show and go. Going to be tackled 2 metres out. Now Nichols, just a little opening. Looked like her initial decision was to pass. opened up in front of her and she finished it off.
Constable Uppy Nichols at the forefront of this game. She is exciting. But it was the pass from dummy half that really got some width and really had the defence of Samoa racing up, and then they tack again that left edge. This left edge of the Kiwi Ferns has just been superb. They've prompted, they've tried, they've peppered this left edge extremely well. Uppy using her pace, outstanding effort.
Did I hear you say Constable Nichols? Is she a police officer?
Yes, there's actually a couple in there. A couple of police officers. Uppy Nichols is one. I'm trying to figure out who the other one is.
Oh, and the kick's good. What about that? Constable Uppy Nichols.
And Hilda Mario.
Samoa going short, hitting me. Just deciding which defender to take on. Picks out Nango and Lua Faleolo. Hard-working front rowers, Nuasala, Smalley, Paris Hall, so good at laying that foundation.
Stripped it out, 10. 10's coming, stripped it out. On it, you're on it. Play on. She's gone 10.
Maynard with the tap and the left foot step. Checking out her options and gives it short for Georgia Hale. So they go from inside their own half. They play it on the 20. Maynard. Now Anderson, Pittman looking for Smalley coming back on the inside. She'll play the ball on the 10. Maynard. McGregor on the wraparound. Hit me. He's looking to tip the ball on quickly. It's gone forward. Tomatuki will play it on the 10.
They combine well with Kiwi Ferns. Experience showing. Macy McGregor's been fantastic. Just a little run around. She's really busy trying to create for the outsides. Penalty for being offside. Slowing down, which has been, again, a feature of their game. McGregor controlling that ruck as they've done throughout this whole match.
Hold. And 3 players in the tackle. Georgia Hale has just made tackle number 24 in the game. She's the leading defender for the Kiwis. She's had 11 carries as well. An immense work rate from her today. Good job from Rota. Maynard finish off over the top. Anderson Pittman in there as well. And the ball on the inside for Sevet. Loto. Fuimaono. Nichols. On the return with a right foot step, Nichols. And then hit by Sevet. Got hit by a fire truck. The defence today at times has been uncompromising. The contact sport's the reason why we love it. Nichols running hard, the defender coming out, little contact with the head, nice and aggressive work from Lau Seve. Look at that, uncompromising. Both athletes going hard at each other.
Some major impact, major impact. It's a nice ball and all tackle. You can see the shoulder connecting with the head of Api Nichols. She is tough. She's a courageous, courageous girl. Relentless. Come off, and that's a good move. Deserve the peanut. Always done a fantastic job. The team have performed extraordinary. Game plan executed by the sounds of it.
Kiwis haven't played Samoa since 2008 for two Samoa. The first game together since 2011. So the Auckland Tourism, Events and Economic Development, who have been significant supporters of this concept, and take a lot of credit for creating an opportunity that's provided elite rugby league at the Oceania level that involves Samoa, the two Samoa, bringing them back after a significant time out of the game. This is the beginning of a long journey for them, but it's a positive start.
Hugely positive for women's rugby league, for Oceania football, and island football as we know it. Huge percentage in the NRL, 30%, 60%.
Anderson Pittman still the last tackle. Crystal Rota holds the ball up. Tried to hang on to it for as long as possible to force the defender to make a bad decision. Didn't happen. So they're happy to turn the ball over to Samoa inside their 10 metres with about a minute to go. And it has been a terrific advertisement for the women's game. And great to see Samoa back in the international arena. And the Kiwi Ferns team has got a new look about it, a new coach with a philosophy of fitness and an emphasis on defence. They've conceded just 8 points against a very good Samoan team, and they've been able to put 46 on them as well, as Walton comes forward, and it was a performance on the back of some very strong dominance in the middle.
Yeah, she's been fantastic, Walton. She's come up with some really big charges through the middle. She's tried to lay the platform for her fellow players. It was just too much firepower on this Kiwi Ferns side.
So 9 tries to 2. They led 26 points to 4 at half-time. They went on with it in the second half. The Kiwi Ferns 46-8 over Fetu, Samoa. So a lot to enthuse about the future for Oceania Rugby League at the elite level, in particular for Samoa, seeing them back at this level.
Yes, and it creates that pathway we speak about often, and it's real. And it needs to be that national women's competition, Harvey Norman now, so there's a genuine pathway system. And it's exciting for the youngsters coming through.
Some emotion at the end. It was a wonderful start with the pre-game. Hakas and Lavinia Gooders downstairs with the Kiwi captain, Hani Hidemi.
Honey, I spoke to you before the game. You really wanted to be clinical throughout that match. You wanted to focus heavily on getting some points and stopping tries. Were you pleased with your teammates' performance tonight?
Yeah, 100%. We set out to really dominate this game, and the amount of points we put on, I think we achieved that.
What pleased you most about the performance from the Kiwi Ferns here?
I suppose just the effort that the ladies put in, and the way we executed what we set out to do, and just the enjoyment that we had out there, really.
What's the attitude been like and the culture within the team since Justin Morgan has come on board as coach 2 months ago?
Yeah, it's been just really energised and really fresh, and the girls just enjoy being in each other's company, and so we knew we had to put out a big performance today, and that's what we've done.
What's your opinion of the debutantes tonight?
Oh, I think they all deserve player of the match, you know. They really came out and proved the point that they deserve the jersey.
Is there an area of the game that still needs improving for the Kiwi Ferns as they embark upon continuing their international rugby celebration?
I think there's always room for improvement, and we'll look to review the game tomorrow and then see where we can improve moving into the next match.
Just finally for you, for the players to play here in this occasion in front of these fans, what does it mean to you?
Oh, it means heaps, you know, to have a home crowd and we could hear all the noise and look at all the numbers around. It's just amazing.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, thank you.
It's always a tough task taking on the Kiwis at home. How do you rate your performance here this evening?
Oh, we were patchy at times, but, you know, we just kept competing, and that's all we could ask for the girls, you know, to just keep play with pride. And it was such a good spectacle to play against, you know, heavyweight nation like New Zealand, in a small island, you know, with no resources. So we were really good, yeah.
Samoa started the game with too many errors and too many missed tackles, but nullified that in the second half. What did your coach say to you at half-time that made you change that?
He just said, you know, just go back to the dry phase, which was our strengths. So just play to our strengths and stick to the game plan and just get back to basics pretty much. So, yeah, footy's not a hard game, you know, and we just overcomplicated it by overthinking and just needed to get back to basics.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you, darling.
Well, we welcome back Samoa to the elite level of rugby league after 8 years. Samoa 46-8. They lose the game to the Kiwis.
And one would suggest we have been treated to a very, very good look at women's rugby league at its best, and there's still one game to come. Just a quick wrap here, folks, on this one. Monty, your impressions of that match?
Impressive. It's the best I've seen. I've been a fan of the side for a number of years, but they're clinical, they're beautiful to watch, and very well coached.
Coach?
Really impressed way they bent the middle off the hookers, really played, got some momentum. I thought Georgia Hale through the middle really got it to the halves. They played off the middle and played flat and fast. Outstanding.
And the one thing we see at the end of the match, this is what rugby league is all about. You may have bashed each other for 80 minutes, but you get back together and you celebrate what it is to be part of the rugby league family, which is a very big family, but it is a very cool family to be a part of. Whetu Samoa, well outplayed by a clinical, fit, fast and smart Kiwi Ferns side. Look out, folks, still to come. Live from Rugby League HQ, it will be the Kiwis against Mate Maatonga. It's the rematch from 2017 in the World Cup, and you will be a part of it. But what an entree it has been. Now it is time for the big one. Stick around. It's going to be live on Prime and live on the home of sport. That's it. The Sea of Red is waiting, and so will be the Kiwis fans as well. Let's get this party started, folks. It's coming next, live.